People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I've got world-class dental care. Beacon Dental Group has expert and caring staff dedicated to providing the most advanced and satisfactory treatment in all aspects of oral health. Their services are designed to meet your needs and give you a perfect smile, too. General checkups, cosmetic surgery, Gemini laser service, and advanced procedures, all in a state-of-the-art facility. Call or visit Beacon Dental Group today, 1026 Blue Hill Avenue, Dorchester, Massachusetts, or call 617-282-2146 for a smile that lights the world.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of CB's Corner. We have been in a hiatus, and I apologize for being out for a few weeks and was on vacation. We're back now. We've been having some technical difficulties, but seems that all is well, and we give God thanks, we give him praise, we give him honor, we give him glory for allowing us to see yet another day. And I'm excited. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear because I have a very special guest with me today. And when I say she is not only in my corner figuratively, she's in my corner literally, because we come from the same area. She was born in Castle Bruce, the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I'm talking about none other than Olive Strachan. And she is Dominican, and she grew up in London, and she's married to a Jamaican. She's just, she has everything. She's an awesome, dynamic lady, and I am so happy to have you, Olive. Welcome to CB's Corner.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Awesome. So, how did I able to get you on my program? Well, I was looking at, I was browsing around, and I was always going back to Dominica and see what's going on. And I saw a program on Kyrie FM, and you were being interviewed by this Dr. Joseph. And I'm like, and she says, oh, I was born in Castle Bruce. And of course, that piqued my interest because I love to hear about people from my corner, people from Castle Bruce, people from Dominica, people who look like me that are doing well. And you seem so bubbly, you seem so energetic and so positive. I'm like, that's the lady I want on my program. I called the program to see if I could talk to you, but didn't get through, left a message. I sent you a text. I didn't get any response. I said, okay, I think they were saying she wrote a book. I went on Amazon. I got your book. I'm like, great. So I'm going to Dominica next month. I'll see if I could reach her. And well, here you are. I was supposed to meet you in Dominica. We were supposed to meet, but COVID got in the way, as COVID has done for a whole year, getting in the way. But because of the power of technology and the internet, here we are.
Here we are today.
Here we are. We had to go a wrong circle, but we had to meet. And so this day will go down in infamy, the 31st of August, 2021, where I met and spoke with the great Olive. So, so tell me a little about you, Olive. I said you're from Dominica. Give the people that are listening, because I'm sure we have some people from Castle Bruce that want to know, who is this lady? Because I have not seen her. I don't know anything about her. Give us a little background quickly, because we don't have a lot of time and we want to get into the meat of why I have you on this program.
Okay, thank you. I was born in Castle Bruce, Stenhouse, and I grew up there till I was 6 years old. My mother is called Althea St. Rose, and that's my background with regard to Castle Bruce. Left when I was 6 and was taken to the UK. My mother married a gentleman called Augustin Clare, who's from La Plaine, and she moved there with him. And I'm a member of the family. I've got 4 sisters in total. So I've come back to Castle Bruce regularly because my mother was born there. She loves it. We go together. I also have an uncle there, 2 uncles actually. Uncle Fanso, who lives in Castle Bruce now, and also Uncle Simbot, who lives in Castle Bruce. So yes, I've got family there. We go there frequently. I love it.
Awesome, awesome. All right. And so in our conversation, as I told you, we have this commonality. Mr. Simbot is my cousin, and my grandfather is his uncle. So we have that together. So you see, you really are in my corner. So you left Dominica with your father. Of course, you had no choice. Your parents, tell you what to do. So you went to England. You get there, and because as the conversation goes, you didn't know who your father was because he left when you were, or your mom was pregnant with you, you get to England and this stranger picks you up. Take it from there.
It was weird, yeah. So we got to the UK. I remember the ship, I was 6, I was running around the ship and enjoying myself. Got to the UK and it was Manchester. And my father, this man picked me up and I said to Mum, who is this man? You know, she said, Oliver, it's your father. Because obviously Mum was pregnant with me when he left and never met him. So it was nice to have a father. And you know something what he did, which was amazing? We had a small terraced house, that's how they were in where we grew up. And he took his time and, you know, he got shiny 1 pennies and he put them all across the room. So when we walked in, he said, start from there and take them. So me and my sister got a little bag and we took the pennies from across the room. He'd arranged about hundreds of them all around. It was taking ages to do that. This is his welcome home to us. It was lovely. Oh,
awesome. Great. So you get to England and you settle in your new home and you go to school and you like, wait a minute, there are many Black people in that school, and or are you just like a sore thumb amongst a lot of strangers?
Cuthbert, it was hard because we were the only Black kids in the whole school. So they'd touch our hair and say, oh, your hair's different, you know, and touch our skin and say, oh, your skin, you know. But the main thing that hit me was history. So in primary school, we did history of kings and queens of England. And I was putting my hand up and saying to the teacher, excuse me, what's my history, please? What about me? Because nobody else was like me in the room. And he said, come here, he said. He showed me on the wall a ship, a slave ship. And he showed me the bottom of the slave ship, the slaves lying down as they did, like sardines in a can. He said, that's your history. But I was mortified. I just sank in my chair thinking, everybody else had lovely kings and queens of England, and I was in a slave ship, you know, penned in and shackled. It was awful. That was really challenging to take.
Oh my goodness, that certainly could crush your spirit. And I can imagine as a young child what impact that might have had on you. But I'm sure you went home and you told your parents, and I can imagine your parents who braved the oceans to travel all the way to England had some character, and they must have said to you, girl, don't let that hold you back. Absolutely. Give us a little background about that.
My father is what we call a character. He is the eternal optimist and an entrepreneur. So in my lifetime, he's had 2 businesses. He's had a shop where we sold wine and etc., and a bakery as well called Bo Peep's Bakery, which is very famous in Dominica. My mother is a very dignified woman. She very much is a lady, you know. She speaks well, holds herself well, and where she's in Lapland now, she's 85. She's seen as, you know, a matriarch, and people respect her. She's a wonderful woman. So I had 2 very strong parents with different skills who invested the time in me, who gave me the love I needed and the support.
Oh, that is awesome. I like to hear that. Despite the challenges that you faced, that did not keep you down. You went to school, no doubt you excelled. And this is now what you do is you're coaching people, you're coaching companies, big companies, AstraZeneca, the British Council or something of that sort, big companies, gas stations. You've flown around the world and you're well sought after. Tell us a little about that. What do you do in terms of getting companies to function at their maximum capacity?
Okay. Well, first of all, when I opened my business in 1998, I thought I'm going to go big. So I sat down and I called the large companies and said, this is what I do. So I can do for you, use me. I got a lot of rejection initially, Cuthbert, but yes. I just thought I'm going to keep going and I'm going to get a break one day. And actually, I think it was Shell UK who gave me the first break, yes?
Shell, that gas company?
Yeah, Shell, yeah. Okay. So I kept on going. So what I do is 2 things. You'll know in your dental practice, when you are given a patient, you get a form to diagnose the issues that they have, because you know that it's not just a tooth, it's the whole body.
Absolutely.
And same with the business. You go in, they might say, Ollie, we need training for our leaders. But that means there's other issues around that could impact on that. So we do a full investigation of the company. What's the vision? What's the mission? What's the values? What are their company goals? Okay. And what's the plan for the next 2 or 3 years? Yeah, financially they want to achieve. Because that then helps us to understand how we can prepare their staff to achieve those goals. So we go in and we do a whole company diagnosis, find where the problem is, and we come up with some solutions, yeah? And it could be that the leaders, you know, are not working well together. It could be there's some ambiguity about where the goals are with the organisation. It could be staff motivation is low, and we work through that. So it could be a solution of helping the board put together a strategy for the future. It could be writing some policies for the HR department. It could be designing and delivering leadership training for the leaders, or it could be working with the staff. And ultimately, it ends up with, it could be training or coaching, etc. So we offer many solutions. And how I work is, I have freelance trainers who work with me. I go into the client, find out what the problem is, and find the right person to work me on that project. That's how I work.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And I suppose those of you that are watching, I can say, look out for Olive near you, because COVID has put a little damper on your traveling, but you're still working, and you have your main business, your main office in London, and then you move to Dominica, and you're trying to conquer the market there as well, and we need that. So tell us how you make that transition.
Right. So what happened was, in 2008, there was a recession in the UK, global recession, and the phone stopped ringing business-wise. And I had to find a different way to make money. I felt, oh, if somewhere in the world there's money, I've got to find it. So I wrote to all my clients who were global and said, listen, I will work for you, give me an opportunity. And then in came this request for a project to design training on leadership for 50 managers across the Middle East. And Cuthbert, that opened the doors for me, because that actual program was so successful. We then had a call from Bangkok, Istanbul, Sarajevo, Uzbekistan, all over the world we went. It was amazing. So that's what happened. So I thought, well, I've worked globally and I've really enjoyed it. I thought, I'd like to work the place where I was born. I'd like to bring my expertise to the place that I was born and share it with people and coach and mentor. So we came back during COVID. We had last October. We had the house here already built, shall we say. And since that date, I've been looking at how to enter the Dominican market. And it's challenging because I've come back after 50 years. No one knows me really as a business person here. So I have to work hard to establish myself. And what I did was I joined some key organizations. I joined the Rotary Club of Dominica, which is really the business community, and also joined the Chamber of Commerce of Dominica as well. And from there, I met a lady called Liz Fabian, because sometimes, Cuthbert, someone has to take your hand and say, listen, Olive, let me help you. And Liz Fabian is the director of the Chamber of Commerce in Dominica. She's a lovely young lady.
The AIC, is that?
DIC, that's it. Mm-hmm. And so she said to me, Olive, come along. We had a panel for Women's Day where I spoke on the panel. She put me on the panel. And then she said to me, we have a hub of entrepreneurs who need training on how to succeed with regard to influencing. So I did a session for them as well. And then, Cuthbert, I attended the AGM, and I was asked to join the board. So it's coming together, you know, it's in a really positive way.
Well, that's awesome. I think many companies do not take the advantage of coaching or consulting because we think we can just do it. And I am a testimony that coaching does work. So, you know, as people get to understand what you do and see who you work with, they'll understand the importance of having an expert. That's the word. You want an expert in what you do. And so why reinvent the wheel if you have somebody who already knows it? And so you've done all of this coaching around the world, and somebody brought it to your attention. Why don't you capture all of that in a book? And so you decided to write your first book. Tell us about that.
Okay, so yes, I also speak at conferences. Biggest conference I've done is Domino's Pizzas, 1,000 people, yes? And small ones. So it's staff conferences. I speak as a, you know, get them motivated, get them moving, and, you know.
Absolutely, there you go.
And so when I do a conference, I'll be asked, Olive, great key messages, really enjoyed it. Where's the book that goes with it? Want to sit down and absorb more about you and learn more about you. I said, I've not written a book. 10 times I've asked this question, and I thought, it's the time. So when the COVID hit in the UK, I come back from Curacao, where I've been speaking at a conference, about to go to America to do some training, and then it all stopped, cancelled, because of COVID. So I'm there in the house, and Cuthbert, I'm not someone who sits in the house. I'm out there, I'm doing this, I'm an actual, you know. And my husband was very much working quietly because he's an introvert and I'm an extrovert. And I was pulling my hair out, and I thought, now is the time, Olive. You've been asked about the book so many times. Sit down, put this book together. And I had some notes already. And so it took me about 3 or 4 months to sit down and put this together, yes? And then I have got a friend in Spain who used to, when I did my master's degree, she used to mark my dissertation. And I rang and said to her, will you do the honours of doing the detail for me, the script reading, which she did. And then I thought, well, should I self-publish or should I publish through, you know, a big publishing house? I thought, I'm going to self-publish. So I then put it on Amazon. And you know, Cuthbert, we've got 21 5-star reviews, and I'm so proud of my book and so pleased that people find it useful, interesting. It's a roadmap to business success. That's what I say.
That's very good. So you say you wrote a book, but you haven't told us what is the name of the book. So
oh, sorry. So excited. So the book is called The Power of You, because you said earlier on about my childhood. I have had many challenges, yes, and not just as a Black woman, but as a woman, you know. I joined, for example, the Institute of Directors years ago, and it's changed now, but it's men in pinstripe suits. So imagine I walk in, a Black woman, on my own, all these men in pinstripe suits, white guys, and I walk in and I just think, oh my gosh, and they look and carry on talking. You have to have a very strong personality and a lot of confidence to actually go in and say, hello, may I join you? Yeah, that's what you do, yes? So what I've done is, the Power of You is about saying to you, you must have the inner power to succeed. You have to believe in yourself, have the right mindset. Because when the recession hit, everyone told me, Olive, the business, close it down. You're losing money, you're closing down. My hair is falling out with stress, close it down. But I said no, because I knew I had the power to continue. I knew I could do it. So the Power of You is about finding your inner power, being confident, you have the right mindset, yes, to succeed. That's why I call it the Power of You.
Absolutely, the power of you. There's potential in us. And too many people give up because of difficulty, but it's the difficulty that help you to be strong. Because if you can overcome, you say, you know what, I did this. And of course, with the support system, it seems like your husband is a great support system for you, and that's a great thing when you're pushing on your own as a woman, as a Black woman. So you have what, double, triple minority, a Caribbean woman in a country where there's Brexit and they want you to go back to where you come from. Never mind all of that, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And that's what I like to encourage us to shine, to realize that no matter what we encounter, it doesn't matter how difficult it is, we have the power within us to overcome, by the grace of God, of course, and to push. Because, you know, if you can just just get to the other side, you don't know what's waiting there. And many times we give up too soon. Just when the change was about to happen, many people give up. So that's great. And so you did not allow COVID or the restrictions to stop you. And so you're doing some of your work via the internet, via Zoom. And so how is that working for you?
You have to innovate. So what I learned with the recession was you don't give up, you find a way around it. So with regard to COVID, I had to learn to use Zoom and Microsoft Teams, that kind of thing. And I also do coaching as well via WhatsApp, you know, because it works as well. So methods of communication. So yes, with regard to finances, it's not the same, because when you go to a massive conference for the day where you're the keynote speaker, you know, you can charge a fortune because, you know, and also when you're in front of people in person, you can. So you've had to adjust my rate accordingly. And also I've had to learn to make Zoom exciting, because often people speak in a monotone, don't they? You're on Zoom thinking, oh, please make it exciting. Please get a bit of life in here. So I've learned to be myself on Zoom, to add that personality, to feel it with me, you know? And so I've had to learn to use Zoom. I've had to learn to make it creative, engage my audience, keep working, which I have. So whilst being in Dominica, I've had 5 conferences that I've done for clients over Zoom. I've done some training for the University of Manchester over Zoom. I've also been coaching a lady in America plus the UK as well over Zoom, and and elsewhere in the world in Bangkok and my clients as well. So it's a case of not allowing COVID to limit you, using modern technology to open doors and spread the word globally.
The power of you, use your vivacious personality. This is what you see. What you see is what you get, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So you have been recognized for your wonderful work across the globe, and I think one of your greatest achievements is to be given an award from. You went to Buckingham Palace. You got what is called the MBE. Tell us about that.
Oh, absolutely. So I got the letter, and the main thing for me is that we all work hard, right? We all work very hard, but to recognise in the business community for the MBE is amazing. When we put it onto LinkedIn, we got something like 5,000, likes, because people saw all over the world this Black woman being acknowledged, by the Queen. But for me, Cuthbert, I went out, I bought this expensive suit and this fantastic hat. I love the part. And my daughter booked the Ritz for lunch afterwards. So we went to look at my husband, myself, and my 2 children, Maria Boyoide, Ricky Strack, and we went, and my 4 grandchildren. And the red carpet was there. I walked up the red carpet. We put in this room with these Bangkoks, these beautiful paintings. And we were shown how to curtsy, how to approach Prince Charles on the day. And it was just amazing, out of this world. And so I approached Prince Charles, and he spoke to me, he said, Olive, I believe you work with the British Council globally. I said, yeah. He said to me, well done you, really proud of your achievements, which was lovely to hear. And you have to walk backwards. You can't walk away from the Prince. You have to walk backwards. You're trained to do this. You can't. Amazing.
Well, that is awesome. So when people say they go into England to see the Queen, they probably just get outside of Buckingham Palace, but you actually went in. That's great. So
I went inside.
That's wonderful, from the little village of Castlebruce and Lap Lane to entering Buckingham Palace. And so clearly nothing can stop you. You have the power in you. And so I'm proud of you. You have worked. Let's talk about again and just mention the companies that you have worked for. AstraZeneca, who currently has the vaccine out. You work with them. You work with the British Council, Louvre Hotels in Manchester City, and hospitality, pharmaceuticals, financial sector, retail, banking, and education. So you've just across the board. And so I hope and pray that some of these people who are listening to this program will find it in their hearts to look you up, and we want you to give us some information on how people can find you and seek your expertise, because I hope my boss is also listening. We probably should bring you up to talk to Beacon Dental Group, and there's always room for improvement. So tell us how people can reach you. I know you are on Instagram, you're on Facebook, but give us some information that people can contact you at.
So firstly, my website is www.olivestrachan.com. And you can email me on olive@olivestrachan.com.
STRACHAN?
Correct, yes.
olivestrachan.com.
And I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So I'm on all those as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. I mean, my local number. Do you want my local number in Dominica, or what do you
Sure, you can give us both.
Okay. So Dominica is obviously your +1 767. Yeah. 275 5840. And for the UK is +44. Yeah, 07739 763 750.
Give that to me again.
So 07739 763 750.
Awesome. So please do and the book, you can get the book where on Amazon, you say?
Amazon, if you just type in Olive Track and MBE, it pops up. And so far, I've had great feedback. People say to me that they wish they'd read it years ago. Nurse Green, who's based in Dominica, and she's a midwife in Lapland, said to me she wished she'd read the book when she first got into leadership, because it really gave her some hints and tips and helped her. So everyone read it, said to me, Olive, it really does make leadership and entrepreneurship clear, and it gives you some hints and tips. But also, I wrote it because people can avoid the mistakes that I made. Yes?
Awesome. That's great. So you across the board, and of course, she wants to contribute back to her country where she was born, but she's not biased about where she speaks. So whether you are in the Caribbean, or whether you are in North America, or whether you are in the UK or in the Middle East, wherever you might be, you get in touch with Olive Strachan, and she'll be more than happy to help your company achieve its highest goals and motivate your workers and your clientele to be the best that you can be. I'm excited for you, Miss Olive, and I'm sure this is not the last time that you're going to be on CB's Corner. And as you begin to break open the niche in Dominica, and people begin to utilize your skills for the better, and who knows, one of these days, if the Lord tarries, I might be using you in my business in Dominica. I am a Joseph, and I like to dream. So Joseph is a dreamer, and I like to see my dreams come true. So it was a pleasure having you on, and our time is quickly coming to an end. We have about a couple minutes. Anything else you'd like to say, maybe to your people that might be listening, or any words of encouragement to people that want to begin their business and they are stuck or they are afraid? What would you say to them?
What I want to say to you is, remember, I was born in Dominica. I struggled a lot as I grew up, but I had that self-belief and that drive. Don't let anybody else tell you what you can achieve. You must believe in yourself. You must read widely as well, because I read a lot because it helps me to motivate myself. So read from people who have done better. I also go to a lot of conferences. I went to the GoPro conference in Las Vegas. I met Anthony Robbins, a great guru. And I went to the Essence conference in New Orleans and saw Michelle Obama. Her words were inspirational. So learn from the best. Keep learning, keep driving forward. But the main thing is believe in yourself and be credible. So make sure that I've got a master's degree in HR. Make sure you get qualified in your profession and keep driving forward, and you will make it. And also get a good coach. The coach is there to drive you forward, to challenge you, to make you do your best. So that's what my advice to you. Keep going, be driven. Awesome.
These are awesome, great advice, and I'm so happy to that you are in my corner. And as I said, this is not the last. We will certainly meet again. I wouldn't be surprised if some people start calling you to ask you to begin coaching them. I love your personality. I love your vivaciousness, if you will, and these are the kinds of people like in my corner. When you are down, you look to people like you to push you forward. So thank you so much. I wish I would have been able to meet your mom, but again, COVID didn't help in that situation. But there's always tomorrow. And so I thank you again. And
thank you as well.
I love those videos that you did. Those you did some videos about Dominica from the Emerald Pool, and Scott said, and those were awesome. So thank you again, Olive. It was a pleasure having you on CB's Corner. And to the audience, I say, continue to shine like the star that you are. Don't let anybody stop you. You can do it. You can do it. You have to have a can-do attitude. And as I said to you before, if your dreams are not big enough, if your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. Until next time, may God richly bless you and keep shining like the star that you are. God bless.
People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts.